Hey, third graders. We're going to start today on page 155 in your math journal. And we're going to talk about at the top of this page, there's always a lesson. And this lesson is a little confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a big X through this. And basically what they're doing is telling us this long mathematical explanation. And then they tell us, oh, but you can use a shortcut. Okay, so we're going to start at the shortcut. What we're going to learn today is multiplying with multiples of 10. And you know that a multiple is the count by, where you land. So multiples of 10 would be 10, 20, 30, 40. We're counting by tens. So when we multiply numbers by a multiple of 10, that means we're taking a small number and multiplying it by 10. Or by 30, or by 60. But there's a shortcut, and I want to show you that today. We're going to get some practice too. Okay, so the first thing I did was put a smiley face here because we like shortcuts, but we also need to understand why we're taking that shortcut. Right, so we're going to find this basic multiplication product. Here's a problem, 2 times 30. So what that really means is we have two groups of 30. Right, so here's a group. And here's another group. We know that multiplication is just repeated addition. So we have two groups of 30. Okay? But here's how we're going to solve it using multiplication. We're going to cover up that 0. And we're just going to solve this problem right here. 2 times 3. We know 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? Then we're simply going to take this 0 and we're going to bring it back down and we're going to tack it on to the end. So right here, we're going to put it there. So our answer would be 60. What we just did was multiply 6 times 10. Okay, because what we have left over is a group of 10. 6 times 10 is 60. Let's try these down here. Cover up that 0. What is 6 times 4? Oh, it's 24. Okay, so then we only have to do 24 times 10. 24 times 1 is just 24. I want you to underline that 0 because you're going to tack on a 0 at the end. I used to say add a 0, and my friends thought it meant 24 plus 0. Well, that's not an answer. It's not a product. So then I started saying tack it on. So we're going to add it to the end, right, and put it back on the number because we're multiplying by multiples of 10. So 4 times 5, we know that's 20. Okay, all I'm doing now is multiplying 20 times 10. I'm just going to cover up the 0. 20 times 1 is still 20. I'm going to put another 0 on the end because I had one 0. So my answer is 200. Same thing up here. 4 times 5 is 20. And I'm just tacking on that 0 right here at the end. This is kind of showing us an extra step of what we're doing. Okay, we're going to finish these and then we're going to flip it over and do a few on the back to explain, right, a little bit more. You're going to be able to see a little bit better on the back. Ooh, here's that 0, right? So I'm going to end up tacking that on to the end. So starting out, 7 times 8. 7 times 8, if you remember that trick, 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 equals 7 times 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 one time is just 56, but I'm going to tack on that 0. So 5, 6, 0. So 70 times 8 is 560. These are all multiples of 10, right? 70 is a multiple of 10. 40 is a multiple of 10 because when I count by tens, I can land on 40. You try this one. 90 times 3. I know 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm simply going to tack on the number of zeros. I only have one 0. Okay? When you flip over to the back of page 156, you're going to get a lot of practice. I've already done a couple of them for you at the top. We're going to do some together, and then you're going to finish this page. You're going to take a picture of it really well with your camera. Remember, on top of the page, straight down. Don't do it at an angle. And then you're going to attach it to today's assignment. So I started number 5 and number 6, right? Number 5 says 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So then 3 times 40, all I have to do is tack on that 0 right there. So 12 becomes 120. Look at number 6. 1 times 2 is 2. But 10 times 2, I'm just tacking on that extra 0. If you're really good at your 9s, you know that 9 times 8 is 72. But 9 times 80 would be 720. Right? I cover up the 0. I show what I know. What I know is 72. Then I tack on however many zeros there are. If this was 9 times 800, oh my goodness, now there's 2 zeros. 9 times 8, I still know is 72. Now I tack on 2 zeros because 800 is still a multiple of 10. If I'm counting by tens, I'm going to land on 800. All I did was tack on however many zeros I had. Okay? Your job today is to start at number 8. Right? Some of these have 2 problems because they're showing you the basic multiplication, and then when it's a multiple of 10, you're going to do 8, you're going to go across and do all the way down until you get to 31. Okay, right towards the very bottom. If you want, for extra credit bonus, you can answer the check understanding that says describe how you can use a multiplication strategy to find 7 times 40. If you want to do that, you may. You can choose to skip it, but your job today is to do number 8 through number 31. Don't skip any of them, right? You can go down the columns, you can go across, however you would like.